the horse. And our priorities are all jumbled up, and we've got them out of order. And what we think that we have found and is called prosperity is, as Solomon would say, all is vanity. When we grasp it turns bitter, it turns to ashes in our hands, just as the children of Israel did when they came upon the waters of Meribah. They had been let out of the land of Egypt from the house of bondage. They had been brought across the great wilderness there, and they were thirsty, they were tired, they were hungry, and their only thought was upon water. They were so thirsty that the only thing they could think of. Have you ever been driving down the road and you were so hungry and you were so thirsty that all you could get on your mind was the next biblical service station there? I can get a Coke, get a pack of peanuts, I can get something or another, or as many people would say, a Snickers bar. You get all of it combined into one, and it's the taste that lasts. It has all of the ingredients in it to give you quick energy.
There's a law that has biblical principles
you get home. That's the only
from whence it was drawn, or that it was drawn from.
You ever notice go back and you can put a baby out here and so quiet, the Holy Bread of God, let that little baby wake up.
They want to have nothing to do with it.
You can just the very opposite. A great shape. You can walk in. You can do anything you want
in the world
but
today.
one thing is going to satisfy
even
the little
5,
baby.
10, 15, and if you wanted to go back even further than that, it's even in a more gross way.
And we oftentimes get our priorities out of order to the point that we don't think about the Lord, but we're thinking about what's going to satisfy us, that's going to give us prosperity. And
but I love to consider the Lord's people
being placed upon that
in a fallen away.
Be all you can be.
Oftentimes we hear that many people advocate
be all today, and you are what you make yourself to be.
We understand that the Bible clearly teaches us.
Would tell us, beware that when God, the Lord thy God, is He that giveth thee power
from a
to get all these things.
Death or
get
life,
death, all these silver-headed old houses, and all these other things has been born. He says, beware of the Lord thy God, for it is He that giveth thee power to do all these things.
It remains forever and forever in all eternity.
The
Apostle Paul said in the Roman letter that I am persuaded.
We need to keep our priorities in order.
I'm completely convinced of this. He said it with much authority. He begins by letting us understand nor life, nor principality, nor power, they let us reason together. Nor height, nor depth, though your sins be as scarlet, they shall be able to separate us from the love of Christ, they shall be from the love of God.
And this is
Christ Jesus,
totally different.
We understand that the Lord Jesus Christ Himself is not channeling, but this is
totally different pictures that He displayed
these words.
One we find
we hear referred to as the words of the
crimson, denoting the depravity and the degradation and the ugliness and the wretchedness and the terribleness of man in nature without the Spirit of God, without the blood of the Lord Jesus Christ. And on the other hand, after which the shed blood of the Lord Jesus Christ, but actually you can look at it from this side of God, that it was that where it was scarlet, now it's white as snow, and where it is like crimson, it shall be as wool.
He had accomplished that which He came to do.
Pastor of my home church for 20-some odd years.
Many people take the second epistle of Peter, the first chapter, and they'll say, yes, read this.
At an associational
wherefore, brethren, make your calling and election sure, for if ye do these things, ye shall never fall.
Always wool.
But we must understand that they're brethren in the first place. Born of God's Spirit, my friend, in their possession, eternal life.
In the cotton house. And it was cotton picking time.
I would assure you this morning that we can never add one to, neither take one away from that family that belongs unto God.
And he said, they picked cotton.
Ecclesiastes 3 and 14 puts it this way. For I know, brethren, there's not many things in this world that we can say that we know.
We can make that we could rest assured and lay down at night in peace and rest, knowing that everything's going to be all right. And yet, when we awake the next morning, it can be total happiness. We have snow up at home. There are few things in life we can say, dreary day, the leaves and yet when we go to the Holy Spirit of God, we can find hills there, we can find weeds and barren of vegetation and everything else, but He can come alive to know my friends that our salvation rests not in the frail, feeble, workings of a corrupt and sinful individual such as I, but rather in the hand of the truth and the living God of heaven and earth. A few years ago, we know that whatsoever God does, it is forever and forever. Nothing can be a place of beauty, neither in it, and so it is the Lord here. God is telling us, come now and let us reason. Let's look this thing over. All we know your sins be as scarlet, they shall be as white as snow. And so He's telling us this, and He gets to the 19th verse. You see, He's laying the groundwork. He's laying the foundation. Let us remember, my friends, in nature, our last breath is enmity with the very next breath we breathe in, the breath of eternal dead in sin. Because then what we know against God, it's not subject to the law of God, but neither is He can be. And He has no desire for God and for God to not make. Paul would tell us in the Roman letter about the 3rd chapter, he says, there is none righteous, no, not one. They've all gone out of the way. They've all become unprofitable. The Paul we can see and we can understand things not in their short cut to shed blood. And he goes on and there's many other expressions there in whereby we might know that what we know Satan is a part of his nature sinful to putting that degraded individual in the Spirit of God, and that there is no willingness whatsoever of ourselves in nature to do that which is pleasing in God's sight. And so therefore we can understand that the 19th verse of the 1st chapter of Isaiah is addressed to one that is born of the Spirit. He's given us a new will. He's given us a new desire. As Jeremiah would tell us in the 31st chapter, 31st verse, he says, this is the day is coming, which I have seen me, with the household of Israel and with the household of Judea. Behold, in those days, he said, that I will place my laws in their every part, and shall raise their heart, and they shall be my people, and I shall be their God, and they shall no more teach every man, saying, know the Lord, for they shall all know me from the least even to the greatest.
To prove this.
A new will. He's given us a new desire within us. Whereas at one time we were hostile toward God. We had nothing for Him. We had no feelings for Him. You've met people before that you had no feelings whatsoever for.
Brother,
perhaps last week, Dave. There were no feelings whatsoever for Him.
Sometimes the fall is bigger than at other times.
At one time, sometimes no consequences whatsoever for grave. For God,
this is not something that has
I can
suddenly
remember
come
a
about.
time people say
of our
Brother
Lord and our
Jerry,
King.
when was the time that you realized?
This is
When
something
was
that
the
has
moment
been
in
going
your
on
life when a change
as long
came?
as there has been man upon the earth?
And
We go back to the very first man out.
perhaps you're different
See
from
that he
me.
failed.
I can't pinpoint a time.
Separate.
This I do know. There was a time in my life, brethren, I was not concerned whatsoever for the church and for the gospel and for God and for the Lord. I could care less.
Rejoice of our salvation.
And then there became a time that at the end of the church service, during that time we would come right up to the handshake, I could bear to see the Lord for the tears that were flowing.
Restore
And
them
I
to
would
me.
say, why
I've
Terry,
lost it. I've
if I put it
fallen
away
away
from God. And I would just drop it.
We find it fitting.
Some might say this is not a falling away, but I would have to differ with them upon it.
You see, there's a new will that's brought in,
a different
and
way.
the Bible says,
if
we
ye
find
be
that
willing,
at one time
this
the
is
Lord
not talking about gaining eternal life.
I wanted
but
to go
because
over
you
there,
have
Lord
life,
Jesus,
He says, if ye be willing
and began
and
to walk
obedient,
across the water,
ye shall
shall
eat
eat
the good of the land. And as long as kept his eyes upon the Lord, he continued to walk upon the water. But when he looked off and saw that the wind was boisterous, he began to sink.
Firmly believe.
And my friends, I put this morning that if you remember nothing else, that Brother Jerry says to you here in the month of October the 30th, you remember this, that when we take our eyes off the Lord, that's the few little things that we enjoy here in town. But bless your heart, I firmly believe this way that he's talking about something, brother, that is yesterday, that is not the waters of the race, when the children of Israel came up upon them with all that was on their mind, no way water. And then when they reached down to get a drink, they couldn't drink it. Preacher, Saul leader, deacon, member, he's talking about something that is good, something that is lasting, something that is prosperous. Remember, over here in the Old Testament, upon another occasion, we find it says that in the days of King Zechariah, as long as he sought the Lord called race, creed, it doesn't matter. The Lord of the family of God, born of His Spirit. Remember Abraham, and we take our eyes off the Lord, we're going to begin to sink with Him. The Lord caused Him, we're going to fall. Lot enjoyed many in the Scripture have fallen. Not because he was the one that was following the Lord, but because he was with Abraham. When you say it came a time, we won't get off on that, but it came a time that even they had to separate. We've also established greediness. He wasn't thinking about the possibility. He wasn't alone to praise God. He was out of my friends for what he could get out of. Still in this fleshly body, and the body is weak because he was enjoying the blessing. The flesh is weak. The Bible says, and so it's more of a probability than a possibility that we're going to fall. Totally different roads. So we've established both of these. For the Lord's people. Our home is heaven. We look all to that day, but we have this life. What remains of it that we've got to deal with, and what are we going to do about it? I can start off on one road, and I can stay on that road and go all the way home. You might. We've established 2 points, or I could. So what is left? And all of these little roads taken off. Well, Peter said, I can get off first epistle, as I quoted earlier, he said, and eventually can give diligence. Wherefore the rather, brethren, give diligence. Notice they were called one road. That's sort of like some people talk about Cornelius over there, of how that he wasn't a child of God when all of these things happened to him, but yet if you talk about losing, you'll find that he was called what he's talking about, a righteous man. He was one that feared God. We're talking about 2 roads. He prayed one. He said you're going to eat the good of the land. The other one he said you're going to be devoured of the sword of him over there. Remember, the Lord has told us as an individual that whether we awake or whether we sleep, that we might live with Him in glory. There's no whether we awake, live the good life, walk in the newness of life, eat the good of the land, or whether we sleep, God. Paul says, disobedience unto God, and totally neglecting opportunity and privilege and obligation that we have of the church, we're still His children. Whatsoever, as Colossians 3 and 14 would say, whatsoever God doeth, it is forever and forever. But here we find that this brother, anything is a child of God. Here we find the apostles, the children of God. Jesus Himself said, over here, my sheep hear my voice, and know me, and follow me, and I give them of God. Eternal life, and no man is able to pluck them out of my Father's hands, I and the Father are one. But he says, wherefore never be a change. Give diligence to understand that we have been raised to help to an inheritance that is just corruptible of the power, and it fadeth not away, which is reserved to you who are kept by the power of God. We don't have to explain that. We don't have to clarify that. We can understand that it's the truth, and that it's real, and that it's the facts of God, that eternal life belongs under God's people. Those that He has given eternal life to, they have that life, and they're going to enjoy that life in heaven's pure world one day, in spite of it all. We're going to enjoy it. That was the entire theme of the message there, was that Lucifer was a proud, prideful individual, and here we find to be elevated up. volumes, as we did, volumes upon volumes could be written.
And so, when you read
upon
it,
the prosperity of the Lord's people that have been willing
you see that
and obedient.
I can help God alone. I can make my call in an election.
It's yours. It's in God's word.
The good of the land. He says, if you be
The
Bible says, be
not
obedient,
ye shall eat
many of us are.
the good of the land.
Many of us have been, and many of us will continue to be.
We went to bed about 10 o'clock.
Except the Lord intervened. Help us.
He says, make your call in an election sure. Rather, can we make your call in an election sure,
With
sure,
God?
I don't think
On that
so.
chartered bus.
Remember this, the Lord knoweth them that are His. The Bible says that whether we wake, whether we sleep, Paul says this, in I believe the Thessalonian letter, he says, for God hath not appointed us unto wrath, but to obtain salvation, that whether we wake or sleep, we shall live with Him in glory. And then have a peace of mind in this way. Nevertheless, we don't have to be the ones in charge. That we don't have to be the ones that we're worry about it. In spite of all the excuses that we put up, all of that the Lord is in control. He that created the heavens and the earth. If this morning we believe in one that can merely speak, it is God. A command and it comes to pass. That by merely speaking, He spoke this universe into existence. Can He also watch over a little a short bus? I'm traveling down the highway.
He called us.
He
elected us. He predestined us.
How much of the earth is actually covered in water? What is it? 60, 70%? Maybe even more. That shows how well I like history or what is it, geography or whatever, science.
And He never, ever.
And by some unknown cause,
you've probably heard it before.
the whole earth's not flooded.
Standing out in front of the church and
That it's something unusual happened that the whole earth could accidentally be flooded. There's enough water to flood the entire earth and just destroy all of humanity.
Told it. I don't know.
But yet, it's talking about number one. It's confined.
I walked up to this sister and
You look up at night
I know your
and you
name.
see this great
I know
big
my
light.
Your face is so familiar, but I just
And it's
can't
there
put a
every
name
night.
on it.
And it's been there for thousands of years and will continue to be there until God says it's time to be no more.
My name
How can that just
Never
hang
use
there?
that expression again because of that. You know, it makes you want to just go dig a hole and crawl in it and cover yourself back
Right.
up. You know, but nevertheless,
And yet,
the point
when
is
the
this,
simplest
we
of something
forget
happens,
names. The Lord doesn't Paul would say, He knows us by name, He named us, He surnamed us. He just tears me up.
X number one.
It just
I
destroys
don't think.
me inside.
I
He
don't know
knows
what
us
to do
by
with
name,
the
child
word.
of God, but yet we fall
And
here
yet,
in this
the
life.
same one that flung the stars out, walked into
Speak on
space,
about it.
holds them in their
Many
proper
thoughts
place.
upon my mind on
The
this.
same one,
I
my
want to
friends,
take
that
a few
parted the
thoughts
Red Sea.
that I
The
hope
same one that caused Peter to walk
will be
contrary to nature upon the waters. He says that I'm watching over you.
I pray that it can be received, humbleness,
Peace of
in
mind.
the way that it's intended.
It's a blessing from God.
I pray
To
that
me,
it
it's
can be
eating
sent forth
the good of the land.
in the Spirit.
But notice the stipulation that is within it. First of all, you've got to be willing.
The Ten Commandments. We've heard the commandments.
Willing unto the Lord.
We've read them. We've
It
studied
goes
them.
hand in hand with what's found here, I believe, in the Philippian letter to the Apostle Paul, right in third grade, Philippi, when he tells them all about it, he says,
we had a
wherefore,
test
my
on.
beloved, he
Each
says,
student had to
your own
memorize
salvation was much
the Ten Commandments
and
and get up in front of the place
working
and
in both
recite.
the will and to do of his good pleasure.
Now,
See, we have the privilege
want to stir
of
up
being
some
willing and
problems.
obedient unto the
Get
Lord
on the
because we
intercom and
have
start
life.
reciting the
We
Ten
have the
Commandments.
opportunity to work out our own
We've all
salvation.
heard this. We're all
But
aware
the
of it.
question is this: are we going to be willing and obedient,
I want to
or are we going
bring
to work
forward
out our
before you
salvation?
a few of these
Nobody
commandments.
else is going to work it out for us, you see. if we don't work it out, it simply won't get worked out. And we're going to miss out. Here he tells us, if you be willing, have we come into the service today? Willing and obedient unto God. Have we come here today praying that the Lord would bless the service, that He might preach unto us, that He might give the preacher that we might stand in need of? Or have we come today, as one of the secretaries said, and perhaps I've said this before,
I want you to notice the first few words here that Christ said.
I'm asking everybody at work that I know goes to church, what did the preacher preach on yesterday?
Brethren, this is something that we can't say, well, and you would be surprised by how many
can't even tell you.
I was ignorant, I didn't know, as Elder Bradley mentioned this morning, some of the most frivolous excuses that we can come up with to say, well,
I have heard,
I just couldn't do it.
I don't really remember, but this much
we are hearer of the word, we hear it, but then we fail to do it. It's kind of like faith without works is dead.
She knew it was something she didn't like.
Well, here we find today, God, the Lord Jesus Christ tells us, I know what you to preach about will be faith. You know, Lord, this morning, that it'll be helpful, that it'll be instructive, that it'll be beneficial to us, that it might cause us, my friends, to desire the Lord's will to be done in our lives. I realize, and I know,
brethren, one of the blessings of God in eating the good of the land is that we have this prayer.
Sense of a man and a woman being married.
Our lips might utter the words of prayer unto God.
It's a sacred
that it
thing.
cannot be tried.
And of
all
how
these things that we mention about eating the good of the land, brethren, you can take it just the opposite way, and you can find that you'll be devoured by the flesh. Just the
They should not look upon another. They should not lie with another. They should not do all these things.
It's the lack of prayer. The fountain of prayer.
But the different approach this morning that I want to take, in the sense of falling away,
of the circumstance
you're married to the Lord Jesus Christ. If you're His bride, you're the church.
You couldn't ask of the Lord for the thing. Matthew would tell us, and upon this rock I will build my church,
and the gates of hell shall not prevail against
your country.
Brethren, one day the Lord's going to come back. He's going to gather us
and we lay down at night when you knew that day had been a total waste.
We're managing the Lord Jesus Christ, but
you had not tried.
Can we not
even
say and agree we have not tried to do that?
That when we get
on God's side,
in the sense of this world,
and we go out,
you've got to be willing
adultery with the world,
the obedience comes.
Do we not agree upon that? Doing that which we know
when we are
pleasing in God's sight.
The fishing trip.
And when that comes back,
you're going to eat.
Vacation, on the job.
But if you refuse
when
to
you have
he said, ye shall be devoured
with the sword. I think it's time that He needs it. Maybe give it a good wax. And of all the days, the weeks, and the months,
there's a commercial.
Sunday.
I don't remember
It's the only time we got
who they say it is, but anyway, it's when somebody talks, people listen. There's a man that got lady last night has a evangelistic service in Fox really great church. I was a man in a great big way, Dennis Grace. I don't agree with his doctrine. I don't agree any at all with the statement, the article that he wrote many years ago in reference to his convictions and the convictions of the Primitive Baptists and the truths and things like that. That if he really felt that way of how that he could continue on in the path that he went, he admitted that the Primitive Baptists had the truth, and he believed they had the truth, and they were advocating it, and they were preaching it, and they were on the right track, and that he wasn't.
We cannot.
But then he said,
my friends, you'll never take the flesh and
won't say it. The Primitive Baptist doctrine will not say it. It's not possible. People wants to be lifted up. People wants to be bragged upon. People wants to be elevated and says that you've got to do this and you've got to do that. So that they might feel important. Brethren, being willing and obedient unto God is to be subjecting yourself unto God in humility and humbleness and saying, yes, I'm a poor, bankrupt sinner, that of myself I'm nothing and less than nothing, that in me, that is in the flesh, profited nothing.
Guilty of the most severe punishment that could be executed and carried
In
out.
our substance, in our sufficiency, and it's of God. Being willing and obedient.
But my God, my friend,
you
is
serve.
much graver.
That's what Peter would tell us. He said, if so be that ye have tasted that ye also are lively stones, built up of spiritual houses, offered up spiritual sacrifice, holy,
It would be better
acceptable.
that a millstone be hung around your neck and you cast into the sea,
How many of us would love to be?
and you mislead one of these,
I believe if we were all honest with ourselves, and each one of us,
perhaps we're not even
Perhaps
aware of it.
that would be our desire.
Perhaps we
But
are.
if we got our priorities in order, and we got the things in the right order, as far as being willing and obedient unto God. As I said, volumes could be written upon it,
I have witnessed
on the blessings of God upon those that have already been willing and obedient. Just go back through the
Your
Bible.
pastor right here sat and talked to me.
I can remember the three children over there as they were cast into the fiery furnace.
Out of the church.
They said, Lord, they said, King Nebuchadnezzar, they said, we're not careful about this matter.
Pastor of the church.
We're not careful in the way that we have to answer thee. We don't have to consider, we don't have to get off in a corner somewhere and discuss it and say, now look, if we answer it this way, he's going to even heat it even harder and make it that much worse upon us. We need to try to maybe compromise a little bit on the way that we answer him on this, that we might survive and go back to our families. No, they didn't say that. They said, oh King, we're not careful to answer thee, for if it be the will of God that we seek to serve this morning, that he deliver us from the fiery furnace, then let it be so, and if not, then let it be so. You say, my friends, they were not careful at all about answering the Lord, answering King Nebuchadnezzar upon this matter. I think about Daniel when he loaded his wings there 3 times a day, and he would offer up
They have literally been killed.
He knew the consequences of what
By
was
the
going to come
remarks
about.
made by the
If
children
he
of
was
God
but
that
rather
was
he
filled
go off with
with
the
pride
somewhere
and
in a
heart.
hiding place.
They went away, brethren, I
Praise
say
unto
this.
God. He done as he had always done. That was hurt to the bone, literally killed and dead because of the way the church had treated him. And volumes upon volumes could be written. And anyone deny it.
You're looking in the face this morning of a
Tonight.
brother, my friend,
Daniel,
that about 10
7
years ago had
den
spent
of lions.
7 years traveling 107 miles one way, 4 weekends out of a month to try
And there
by
was
the grace
freshman
of God to teach a little church
Form of
and to
Inside the
encourage
cave,
them and
inside
admonish
the cave.
and preach to them, and then said, we
Can
don't
you
want
imagine?
you back up here another day. We don't want works preached. We want to hear salvation by grace.
But can you also at the
And
same
he
time
said to me,
envision the frame of mind that
call
Daniel
me on the
was in?
phone.
The peace of mind that he had, the clear conscience that he had, the quietness and the tranquility and the serenity there that overcome him. He knows that God's people, that the Lord had told him. I'll never leave you.
Knowing and realizing and understanding
I'll be with you.
the grace and the mercy of God that it bestowed upon us. And yet, I go to the Bible and I read where Paul says in the Galatian letter of how that God has blessed them beyond measure and all of these things, and has admonished and taught and instructed them and encouraged them that if any man come unto you and preach any other gospel other than what we have preached unto you, receive it not, accept it not, and then just prepare it. You short
it's foolish to even begin to do that.
But what is
Brethren,
it?
work to us? That's a question that each one of us would have to answer.
I just can't believe it, so to speak.
That ye are so soon removed of him. My remarks is
to another
that
God.
Bradley did on
Which is not
on the talk show,
He said,
on
"No,
the radio program this
And
morning
from that day forward,
about
I was
examination,
made to realize,
to let us
and to understand
examine ourselves. It's
It's
not
not
always
always
God's people are happy
It's
occasions.
the sweetest people upon the face of
Oftentimes we
the
go
earth.
to doctors and we have to get an
They're also
examination and cold, they find
hard
things that
hearted.
we're not happy with. We have problems. We have sicknesses. We have
The reason I
cancer.
say Old Baptist,
One of my co-workers, he was terribly upset yesterday morning at work.
and
His
his
wife
wife
is
is an Old Baptist.
This couple is very young. They're both in their early 20s. And she had been having little problems and went to the doctor and they ran a biopsy on her and she's got a malignancy in one of her breasts. We find the examination.
You went to church for 9
Not always
never even
happy time.
Said right there on the front pew.
Necessary. That we stop
Every
that we
Sunday.
examine ourselves.
Had church on Sunday, she was there.
Whether we
Yes,
in
she was
Jesus
in
or
her mother's womb Monday.
obedience,
My friend,
to God.
2 weeks later, she was back on the pew. She could look at the old preacher in the face
And
then.
not be devoured by the sword. I don't think I ever got around to this. I began to want to say it.
I think
Very last part of it.
Christ said,
I made
"Do
reference
not
to it.
kill."
Billy Graham.
Great command.
He can speak something.
Do not steal.
And it becomes the law.
When we think of this, we look at it and we see people being taken from people that they
Here,
know that the
Creator
is
is
their
heaven,
possession and is not part. And they're
giver
just
of
taken.
eternal life,
Sometimes they
the
take it by
sustainer of
force.
that life,
Sometimes
the
they
one
shoot
that
it
is
back up. You
constantly
just
going
say,
to
"Here,
say
you
to the
But
door of the
nevertheless,
left, to
stay
the
there.
left, keep not back.
It's something being
Bring
taken
my son
that
from
doesn't
afar, my
belong
daughter
to
from the
them.
ends of the earth. Yeah,
My
I
friends,
made them. I
I want you to think about this morning.
Thou art mine to one, my friend, that is going to wax and
Remember,
form upon the
that
wings
God
of your
says,
love, that we might bask in the sunshine of His eternal love in all eternity.
Thank God.
The one that is ultimately going to declare
Thank God.
for time to be no more, and this earth is going to burn
Thou shalt
up
serve.
and melt in
No, no.
infirmity. He says, for the mouth
The God that
of
we
the
seek to
Lord
serve, He's a
hath
jealous God.
spoken it.
He commands that all of our praise,
What am I
honor, and
saying?
glory go unto Him. The Apostle Paul put it this way, "Behold, he that glorieth, let him
Be
glory
willing
in the Lord."
and obedient. God says, I'm going to see to it.
At the end of this
I've spoken.
service, if there is anything
This is
at
my
all
word.
that you might want to
This
say,
is my
in the
oath.
way of, that was a
This
good
is my
message, that was a
covenant
good service,
with you
that was
and
some
me.
good preaching.
If you be
Thank
willing
God for
and
it.
obedient,
Brother,
I'm
we
going to
just
see
need
that you
to
eat
the good of the land. We take that which belongs
if you
to Him.
refuse and
The
rebel,
praise, the honor, the power, and the glory belongs
Even
unto
so,
God. And when we give it to the
I'm
man,
going to see.
friends, we're stealing from God and
You're
giving
going
it to
to
man
see.
who doesn't deserve it.
I was sworn. You're not going to have the joy. You're not going to have the
And we
happiness,
take, and we take,
the peace,
and we
and
take.
the quietness that you would
We find
otherwise
over in the Old Testament, the Bible
Mouth
tells us, it
of
says,
the Lord
will a man rob
has
God?
spoken.
Well, we know that we
Go over
cannot
to-
literally just walk up to
And I
God
can't.
and just say, this
Second
is
chapter.
mine, I'm taking.
Some chapter.
All things belong unto Him,
I
yes.
didn't quote either one of them.
He created the heaven and the earth. He holds
This
all power in His hand.
is fine.
It would be
Let me just turn and see if I think I know exactly where it's saying.
the
Now,
fight
read it,
between
read it.
David and
Now,
Goliath
those
would be as a
two.
drop in the bucket. When man faces the mighty God,
Hebrews,
we could never
second
take
chapter,
anything from God in that
second
sense, from a
verse.
literal just overpowering.
For if the
But
word
yes, my
spoken
friends,
by
we take
angels
from God
is
every day.
steadfast,
And brethren, I want you to understand.
every transgression and disobedience receive a just
Remember what I
recompense
quoted
of the
again.
again.
Be not deceived.
How shall
God is
we
not mocked.
escape
Whatsoever a
if we
man soweth, that
neglect
shall
so
he
great
also reap.
salvation?
For he that soweth to
Which
the
at
flesh
the
shall
first
of the flesh
began to be
reap
spoken
corruption,
by
but he
the
that
Lord
soweth
in
to
the
the
Spirit
Spirit shall reap
unto
life
us by
everlasting.
them that
We
pray
take
him.
from God.
God also bearing
We're
them
going to
witness
suffer the
both
consequences.
with signs and wonders
Doing it
and
right
with divers miracles
Suffer
and
the
gifts of the Holy
consequences
Ghost
in this
according
nation, in our-
to His own will.
in the
If that
communities,
which
in the
was
states, and in the
spoken
church
by the angels was
was
sure
sure and steadfast.
when we steal from God, when we
And
fail
every
to give
transgression
that
and disobedience
duty
receive
unto
the
His
just
name. Do not
recompense
bear
of
false
reward.
witness. Do not bear
How
false
shall we escape if that which the Lord has spoken? Remember, the Lord is over all.
I won't say it, Brother
He's
William.
Lord of lords and King of kings.
Oftentimes.
Here's the Lord and here's the angels way down here, and we're even way down below that.
You're very pretty, you're very beautiful.
But if the angels' words were sure and steadfast, how much more is that
Brother
which the
William
Lord
set forth.
has spoken sure
I'm
and
kind of
steadfast?
excited. I like it.
Brethren, it's my prayer and my hope.
I'm just waiting for
Each
a mail
one.
to come.
If not already,
Maybe
that we might become.
He said you give a lady some
Don't
thank
be some rouge to the will of God. Give her 10 minutes and she'll
She'll
might
make
be
herself into an angel.
good of the land. This day,
That's not A-N-T,
henceforth,
that's A-I-N.
even forever,
Am
as
not.
long as we live. God bless you. Pray for me. I've just touched upon it. I pray that in some way that I've stirred up your pure mind, the way of remembrance.
You ever tried to be
And I've
something?
caused you to have a desire to stop and examine yourselves, whether or not you be in the faith. God bless you. Pray for me. Pray for one another. It's my hope, it's my prayer, God, this little church here at Bethlehem, that it might grow in manifest grace and knowledge and understanding that the Lord will add unto her.
You ever said you loved the old church, but you wasn't even sacrificed
Thank you for your kind attention this morning. Remember me in prayer.
He always told me, "Gary, you go give me flowers, give them to me while I'm living. Don't bring them to my grave." You say you love Him, then you show it. We say that we love God. My friends, don't bear false witness about it. Don't say something that you're not planning on doing. Don't say something that you don't mean. I know there are many other meanings to these things, but these are the things that's upon my heart that have convicted and condemned this old boy. Don't say something and don't try to make ourselves into something that we're not, because God judges all of us. We're not going to skip by God, you see. Be not deceived. Many of us are deceived that we may get something on mom and daddy or brother and sister or the pastor or the church or the community, the state and this nation. We may slip something by. It may be in the shadows over there all of our lives and never come out. But my friend, God knows about it. Be not deceived. If we say that we love God, my friend, we might do it in an outwardly way out here, and the world say, yes, he loves God, but God knoweth the end that searches out the deepest thing. He knows the intents of the heart, and He tells us, bear not false witnesses about this. Don't try to make yourself into something you're not. Honor thy father and thy mother. Matthew, Will, Nicholas, John, Henry, all of these others. Respect your parents. Love them, cherish, and thank God for them every day. It may be things that they ask you to do that you may think, Mom and Daddy just hates me. They can't love me or they wouldn't ask this. There were times when I was growing up that I had the same thoughts. As I've grown older and look back, I know it was the providence of God in working. Reason the cemeteries are filling up so quickly with our young people, they fail to honor mother and father. That's a natural lesson, that. Brother that was a very good friend of mine, he passed away here about a year ago. He asked Mom and Daddy, he said,
Did I go to the fair? You see a young girl over there. Nobody knew about it but him and her and whoever else, but his parents didn't know it. You can't go. So they went to bed later on that night. About 3 the next morning, they heard a terrible crash that awoken them, waking them out of a deep sleep. Oh, his daddy said to his wife, said, "Get up." He said, "That's DeWitt." You know probably who I'm talking about, Brother DeWitt Wilkins. He got up during the night and he had run off. Went to the fair, picked the young girl up, stole his daddy's car. Coming back 3 in the morning, and when he turned into the driveway, he turned right in front of 18 with him. He suffered the consequences of his actions the rest of his life. He was 18 years old. He lived to be about 60 years old. He had one good leg. He had a wooden leg. The clutch pedal clipped it right off. Simply because he didn't honor his father. The much graver point of this, though, we're talking about God. God is our Father. Not only, my friends, can God destroy our lives, can take our legs and give us wooden legs, but He says that He can destroy both the body and the soul in hell. He can take everything that we ever have had, and ever will have, and in a blink of an eye and the snap of a finger, my friend, He can take it and destroy it and take it away from us. And I believe that we have seen that happen to some. Honor thy father and thy mother. We need to honor the old church, brother. We need to take care of it. We need to present our bodies as a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable unto God. Where do you do it? Right here at the old church. My grandmother died in, I don't know, several years ago. I don't remember the year exactly. But the point is this. Every Saturday evening before the second and the fourth Sunday of each month, I would go up and visit her. She lived right across the road over there on the hill. Grandma, why don't you go to church with me tomorrow? Nah, just stay here. You come up and eat dinner with me when you get back. Many times I did, sometimes I didn't. She always had a statement. I ain't served the Lord just good here as I can over there. She never heard me preach. Never. Not one time. Then they asked me to preach her funeral. No. I just couldn't. I wanted to preach while she was living. Brethren, consider these words. Give them careful thought, consideration. And I pray that God will give you understanding upon it. We're going to fall from time to time, yes. We can make them fewer, and we can make the fall a lot lesser. You ever been on a scaffold? I've stayed on one a lot of my life. You're backing down the line laying brick. Brother Ronnie knows something about this. Some of you others that's ever walked on a scaffold board. You might be 40, 50, even 100 feet in the air. Have a 10-inch walk board. You've been on it all day. You're backing down the line where the 2-inch board laps over the other one. When you step onto the lower one, your heart comes into your mouth and you just grab for whatever you can reach. You're not going anywhere, but
But in that blink of an eye, in that moment that you step off of that upper board, 2-inch drop, you gone. It's a fall. Consider it. God bless you. It's my prayer.
Word of Sovereign Grace, a ministry of Paradise Primitive Baptist Church in Arlington, Texas. Paradise Primitive Baptist Church is located at 5300 Mansfield Road in Arlington, Texas. Services begin at 10:30 each Sunday morning. Plan to come and worship with us. To find out more about Paradise Primitive Baptist Church, visit www.paradisepbc.org. Be sure to visit our website for articles, video, and audio sermons, as well as biblical answers to your questions. Thanks for watching, and be sure to join us again next week. May God richly bless you.